Am I the a-hole for telling my mom she makes me feel like I'm an orphan? I, 16F, lost my dad when I was just 5 years old, on my very first day of kindergarten, actually. He was on his way to pick me up when he was killed in a car accident. I still remember that day in bits and pieces. The teacher tried to distract me with crayons and blocks, but the grown-ups were whispering, and I could tell something was wrong. Then my mom showed up and I just knew. Life split into a before and after that day. For a few years after my dad's death, it was just me and my mom. And for the most part, she did okay. I know she was grieving too. There were moments when she was really distant. She'd stare off into space, get short with me for no reason, or forget things like parent-teacher conferences, but I was too young to question it much. She once told me she felt incredibly lonely, and I guess that explains a lot. But she still read me bedtime stories and made my lunches and kissed my forehead every night. I felt loved. Then everything changed when I was 10. She remarried. Her new husband had a 2-year-old daughter from a previous relationship, and he had primary custody. About 18 months later, her biological mom lost all rights, and he was awarded sole custody. That's when my mom told me she had to step up and be a mother to her stepdaughter, because, in her words, no child should grow up without a mom. That statement hit hard, because wasn't I also her child? Hadn't I already lost a parent? But instead of balancing both of us, she poured every ounce of energy into this little girl. She babied her constantly, doted on her endlessly, and made sure she felt secure and adored. It was like she rewrote her definition of motherhood and started from scratch with her stepdaughter. Meanwhile, I started disappearing from her life. She stopped showing up to school meetings, even when I was struggling. She missed every birthday after I turned 11. Gone were our mother-daughter movie nights or walks in the park or baking cookies on Saturdays. I became a background character in her new family. And if my stepsister and I ever had overlapping events or obligations, she always chose hers. No questions asked. She never once tried to get help for me or find a compromise. If I couldn't make it on my own, I didn't go. One time stands out most. I'm really into art, and I had 3 pieces accepted into a student exhibition. It was a huge deal for me, something I'd worked toward for months. But of course, the exhibit fell on the same day as my stepsister's ballet recital. My mom chose the recital. She didn't even try to arrange a ride for me or ask another parent to take me. I missed it. And because I missed it, I was told I couldn't participate in the next showcase either. My teacher was furious, I was furious, and I ended up quitting the competitive art class and joining a quiet, no-pressure one where nobody cared. It still hurts to talk about. My mom's excuse is always the same. I can't do anything that might make your stepsister feel less loved or less important. Apparently, spending even a few hours with me, her actual daughter, would create jealousy. She says it would make her feel insecure, and she just can't risk that. So even when my stepsister is off with her dad, they have one-on-one time twice a week. My mom refuses to hang out with me during that time. She said it straight up, she won't, because of how her stepdaughter might feel about it. That broke something in me. And it got worse. A few years ago, when I was 13, I was having a hard time at school. I was being bullied and really needed someone to talk to. I went to my mom and tried to open up. She looked at me and said, "Why don't you talk to your dad about it?" I just stood there, stunned. Was she serious? Either she forgot he was dead, or she meant her husband. I stormed off. I didn't talk to her for days. That comment still echoes in my head. Even now, it stings. I stay close with my dad's family, my grandparents, my aunt, and uncle. They live far away, like 15 to 20 hours, so we don't see each other much, but they call me all the time. They're the only people who feel like they really see me anymore. My mom's side? Cold. Distant. Like I'm not even part of the family. Last week was the breaking point. My mom asked me to babysit my stepsister so she and her husband could have a night out. I told her no. She asked why I was being so emotional, why the tears, why I was refusing instead of negotiating. I told her I wasn't going to do her any favors anymore. She got annoyed and pulled the "I'm your mom" card. And I snapped. I told her she makes me feel like an orphan. I said I lost my dad, and then I lost her too, to her obsession with making sure her stepdaughter felt loved at all costs. I told her I don't have a mom anymore, not really. I don't have someone I can turn to. She always sends me away. I reminded her of what she said 3 years ago, about asking my dad for help. I told her I feel like a foster kid in someone else's house. Like I live with people who don't actually care about me. She was horrified. She told me I was being ugly and dramatic, that it was a terrible thing to say since she was still alive and parenting me. I told her that's the thing, she isn't. She doesn't show up for me. She doesn't choose me. Even when she could spend time with me, she doesn't. Even when it wouldn't affect her stepdaughter at all. Because it's never about me. It's about her stepdaughter's feelings. I told her I could be crying, drowning, begging, and she'd still tell me she had to make sure my stepsister was okay first. We argued for hours. She told me my view was selfish and ungrateful, and that I was twisting things to paint her as a villain. Since then, she's been ignoring me. She's cold, distant, on edge whenever I enter a room. And now she's angry that I won't talk to her husband. Like that's my responsibility too. I don't know anymore. Did I go too far? Was I too harsh? Am I the a-hole for telling my mom she makes me feel like an orphan?